When should you forbet preflop in poker? Imagine you're sitting at the table and someone raises before you. You're holding a strong hand like ace, king, or pocket kings. When should you step up and make a forbet? That's what we're here to figure out. First, a forbet is the second re-raise in a betting round. It happens after an initial raise and a 3-bet, which is a re-raise of that first raise. You want to use a forbet to show strength or to bluff your opponents out of the pot. But timing is everything. If you have premium hands like ace, king, or pocket aces, it's usually a good idea to forbet for value. These hands are strong enough to build the pot and get more chips in when you're ahead. Playing these hands aggressively before the flop often leads to winning bigger pots. On the other hand, you can also forbet as a bluff with weaker hands, but only if your opponent tends to fold to big re-raises. For example, if they often fold to forbets, you can bluff with hands like suited connectors or weaker aces to make them fold and win the pot right there. Your position matters too. Being in late position gives you more info about what your opponents are doing. If you're in late position and see a raise and a 3-bet, a forbet can put pressure on your opponents and make them think twice. If you're in early position, only forbet with your strongest hands because you're risking more chips without much info. Stack sizes are important. If everyone has deep stacks, you can afford to forbet with a wider range of hands, including some bluffs. But if stacks are short, going all in with a forbet might be the best move, especially if you have a very strong hand. Pay attention to your opponent's tendencies. If they rarely fold to forbets, you should mainly forbet with your best hands. If they fold often, you can mix in some bluffs to keep them guessing. The size of your forbet also matters. A good rule is to make it about 2 to 3 times the size of the 3-bet. For example, if the 3-bet is 50 chips, a forbet of around 100 to 150 chips is a solid choice. This size puts pressure on your opponent but still keeps the pot manageable. Sometimes, especially with deep stacks and tricky opponents, going all in with a forbet can be a smart move. It puts your opponent in a tough spot and can help you win big pots with your strongest hands. So, to sum it up, you should forbet preflop when you want to show strength with your best hands, when you're bluffing against opponents who fold often, or when the situation, like your position and stack size, makes it the right play. Balancing your forbet range with both strong hands and bluffs keeps your game unpredictable and makes you a tougher player to read.